The Kay Mortensen murder and robbery, 2009, Utah, USA. A brutal crime that tore apart a family and shocked a small Utah town. On a cold November night in 2009, a quiet town in Utah was shaken by a murder that made no sense. The victim was Kay Mortensen, a respected 70-year-old retired professor from Brigham Young University, a man who loved guns, the outdoors, and his family. But on November 16, 2009, his son Roger and daughter-in-law Pamela called 911 in panic. They said they'd gone to visit Kay and found him dead, his throat cut, his home ransacked. According to them, 2 masked men had burst into the house, tied them up, and demanded access to Kay's massive gun collection. Police arrived to a horrific scene. The professor's body on the floor, the house torn apart, weapons missing. Roger and Pamela told investigators they were lucky to be alive, but something didn't add up. Detectives noticed their bindings were loose, almost staged. There were no signs of forced entry, and the couple's timeline kept changing. As the investigation deepened, suspicion turned toward Roger himself. But without physical evidence, police couldn't make an arrest. The case grew cold. Then, 2 years later, a shocking twist. A man named Benjamin Rettig confessed to a completely different crime, a burglary, and during questioning he mentioned something that caught investigators' attention: the Mortensen murder. Rettig said he and a friend, Martin Bond, had broken into Kay's home that night to steal guns, not realizing anyone was inside. When Kay confronted them, things spiraled into violence. They tied up Roger and Pamela when they arrived later, terrified of being caught. The 2 men were eventually arrested and convicted, confirming that Roger and Pamela had been telling the truth all along. After years of suspicion, the family was finally cleared. But for Kay's loved ones, the truth didn't bring comfort, only more heartbreak. A man of peace had been killed over greed. A family had been torn apart by mistrust, and a small Utah town learned that even the quietest homes can hide the loudest tragedies. In the end, truth doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. A father gone, a family torn, and a lesson carved in silence. If this story pulled you in, give it a like, share it with someone who loves true crime, and don't forget to subscribe to TimeStory, where every crime hides a story, and every story hides the truth.